G'day, fellas, and welcome to game number 5 of Outback Octagon number 4. Today, we see the return of many requested players, including this guy over here. What's going on here? We've got some of the best in the business in this game, an incredibly stacked lobby, considering how early on we are here in Outback Octagon 4. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rigged Chaos. A lot of resources, a lot of annoying little cliffs and mountains, a lot of players, and no particularly bad spawns, at least at this stage. Has everybody put down a town center? It looks like we've got everybody going down, so let's do it. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to introduce our players for today. Spawning in the north of the map in the color orange. Playing as the Malians, representing Team Finland, it's Killjani. To his south, in the color green, playing as the Rus, representing Spain, it's Lucifer 7. To his west, in the color yellow, playing as the Byzantines, representing Turkey, it's Sass. To his south, in the color cyan, playing as the Knights Templar, representing the UK. Actually, is it the UK? Maybe it's England. It's Recon. And over towards the southwest of his position, playing in purple as the French, representing the Germans, it's Lash. All the way over in the east, playing in the color pink, representing Team M8 and also the French, it's Marine Lord. In the east, in the color red, playing as the House of Lancaster. One of our new civilizations, at least new to Outback Octagon, representing Team USA. Let's hear it for Faye. And finally, in the north of the map, in the color blue, playing as the Delhi Sultanate variant, the Tughlag Dynasty, representing Serbia, the returning champion, ladies and gentlemen, it is Beasty. Welcome to a caster game. Welcome to Outback Octagon 4. Today, we're going to have some fun. Now, we got some news to go over. We got some stuff to go over. First and foremost, you'll notice Golden Horde is not in this game. The admins have made a decision. That decision is that Golden Horde should probably not be in this tournament with the current balance. And I think that that's a fair decision. We were talking about it a little bit behind the scenes, and you know, with the Twitch chatters seem to be okay with it. I think the issue that you've got is it's very volatile, right? Either you get focused down in the early game or you 1v9, and you can literally 1v9 with that civilization. It is ridiculous how affordable those units are. So for the moment, we've looked at a couple of solutions. I'll say that right now. So we've looked at maybe disabling the Torgood. We've looked at maybe disabling that specific age up that reduces the cost of the Torgood. But we don't want to neuter the civilization either. And it's not our job to go out and try and balance the game in those ways, especially because these civilizations are brand new. So we're expecting the devs hopefully will have a fix for us shortly. We look forward to that fix, and until then, unfortunately, it means that we don't get to see the Golden Horde, but we'll still get to see other new civilizations today. And I'm looking forward to seeing the Tughlag Dynasty, because we haven't really seen them perform yet. You know, I think we've seen them in a couple of games, but most games have been in awkward positions and haven't really been able to get out something quality. But today, I suspect may be different. We've got a really nice spawn over here for Beasty. So we'll be paying keen attention to him this game, as we've already got the first landmark coming down, the Dome of the Faith. Could be looking for a little bit of elephant cheese early on here, but I suspect not. I suspect he's probably going to be trending towards the meta, which is most commonly 2 town centers, followed by a castle age. Now, when it comes to best spawns, when it comes to worst spawns, who's got the best, who's got the worst? Well, I think when it comes to best spawns, you probably got to go with Beasty here. The fact that he's got neighbors, but he's still relatively far away from them. And also, I think Faye has got quite a good spawn as well, just simply because she's on the edge. Now, granted, she's a lot closer to Marine Lord than Marine Lord is to anybody else, so arguably it's probably not that good of a spawn, because Marine Lord's the kind of guy who's going to make things awkward. Anyway, when it comes to the worst spawns, I think we've probably got to give that over to Recon. He is a bit stuck here We could also look at Lucifer, but Lucifer, I mean, the good news for Lucifer is he does have this wood line here, and I suspect he could probably try and put his back towards that wood line, be a bit more defensive. The trouble is he's going to be targeted by, at the very least, 4 players in this game, so he's got quite a bit on his plate today. There's a lot of sheep on this map. You will notice a lot of food we've got here as a scout goes down, and an early rivalry begins here as we see the makings of Recon's commitment to aggression this game, taking out the scout of Sass. Now, of course, he could have left it. Of course, he could have just said, hey, that's fine, I'm not going to take it out. He didn't really have a lot to gain, right? There were no sheep there. It was just a scout. Well, it was a scout, but now it's, what's going on with that scout? Very cool indeed. Age up, it's coming through. We got the first one. It's going to be Beasty with a few sheep under his town center here. What's he looking to move into? We do not know. We can't actually check. We can check. Yeah, okay. He's doing it. He's going for some elephants. All right. He's going to open up with a little bit of aggression. We got the next age up coming through. It's Lash over in the west side of the map. Going up here with the School of Cavalry. No real surprises there. How's he doing for... Oh, my lord. Have a look at this. Survival techniques and wheelbarrow coming through for him early on. And of course, we've had the boar. We've had the boar pulled. The boar has been pulled early on, and Recon forced off the gold. Now, this is a bit of a tough spot for Recon. Where does he get the gold from? He's got this gold out here. Oh, I've just noticed something. I was thinking to myself, okay, where's Recon going to go when it comes to his pilgrims? Where's he going to send them to the sacred site? And I've realized, I think we might only have a single sacred site in this game, ladies and gentlemen, which is always very exciting. How do players look to potentially leverage this sacred site? That is the question. Another thing to note is we got a decent number of relics here as well. We got 2 relics over on this west side, 3 relics in the middle, single relic up towards this top side, another 2 relics down towards the south. Marine Lord with quite the relic spawn here, and another 2 relics out towards the east. So we've got a number of clusters of relics in this game, but no real civilization that's going to be prioritizing them, I suspect. You don't have any of those big ticket civilizations, the Holy Roman Empire, the Order of the Dragon, the Juicy Legacy. Those civilizations that love it. But so far, just a little bit in the way of units coming out. We just saw the hardened upgrade arrive for these spearmen, and a particularly interesting opening here. But I guess naturally he reads the room. He sees what is around him. He knows he's got French to his west. And so Recon says, well, we've got to get out just a little bit of defense. The knights are already looking for blood. And to the north, he may suspect something further maybe up. Let's check back in with Beasty though, as the numbers are starting to build here. He's got 2 healer elephants out already. 3rd one about to pop. Just looking to start off this game a little bit safely. An interesting decision by Beasty, and we've already got Castle Age coming through for Marine Lord. Have a look at the timing on this. We just saw him age up, and immediately he's clicking up to Castle Age. He's got lots of food here under the town center as well. 22 sheep. These players, I'm sure they would love playing on this map. You know, it feels so incredibly good when you've got all of this access to food. Because it feels terrible when you don't have food. But when you've got all that beautiful food, things feel good. Faye now, going to be dropping down the second TC. We see those sheep pop out here. How many sheep is she on at the moment? A little bit hard for us to tell here, but about 15 sheep, so not too bad. Has gone for the Lancaster Castle as well, which I think can make quite a bit of sense in FFA to be moving into the Lancaster Castle. Just because you're probably going to be, making quite a few in the way of manners. But look at this. Beasty spots out a potential victim early on. Killed Jardy with a single Donzo to his name, a barracks, and a boar down towards this position for Lucifer. This is good news for Lucifer, though. A lot of production early on. You know, we don't normally see this in FFA, or at least we didn't yesterday. We saw things a little bit different in the previous games. It was very much focused on the economy, but here at the 9-minute mark, Beasty marches in and says, hey, we got some bad news for all you Malian enjoyers out there. Unfortunately, it's going to be war. More elephants coming in. Beasty going with an early Tughlag cheese here. Now, this is great because it works both ways. Number one, if he's able to kill Kiljardi, that's going to guarantee him a huge amount of points. It's still feudal age, it's going to be first blood, it's a kill, and it gets him on the board. But on top of that, it also gives him some space. Gives him that extra population. King now outside of the town center. Beasty just slowly starting to work it down. Making his move. Where does he go next? You can see the amount of damage he's able to put out on these buildings. Now, keep in mind, Marine Lord is Castle Age now. He is the only player to be there. We've got another age up that's coming through. And the moment that you get Castle Age, you're going to have access to use the king's ability. The ability to use treason, which allows you to see the location of every other king. The main thing I'm going to be looking for here is to see whether or not Lucifer is going to be utilizing that ability. Because if he does, there's a real chance here that this defense, it's going to take some time. And Beasty, he may not have the chance of killing that king alone. Now we've got spears beginning to move forward, or at least Donzo's. No healing coming through just yet. You can see them all crowding around. The health of the healer elephant rising quickly as the battering rams now start to come down. We don't have Lucifer utilizing that skill just yet, but he's going to be focused on relics early on. That's going to be his goal. Speaking of relics, Marine Lord in the south with 2 relics to his name. He's got a whole bunch nearby as well. Another 3 in the middle of the map, another 2 out towards the east side. So we'll keep an eye out exactly on what the play is for him. Meanwhile, back towards the base of Kiljadi. Pressure is building. Donzo gets caught. Battering ram now starting to work it down. Kiljadi in trouble early on in this game. All the spears jump inside the battering ram. Meanwhile, on the front, healer elephant. I think he's been pincered. He's going to try and heal through, not able to find the connection. First one goes down. Beasty with 5 healer elephants right now. Underneath the town center. He continues to put the pressure on. There's villagers on standby, ready to go here. The king is out. He's doing a little bit of a run around here. He's got 15 inside the TC. It's all villagers, so he's going to need to pop if he wants it. The king is moving. I don't know exactly what his play is here. This is not good for Kiljadi. Kiljadi's just going to try and bring back the king. He's popped it in the... Oh, you play with fire, you're going to get burned. I don't know what exactly Kiljadi was trying to do there. I suspect what happened. I can't believe it got done like that. I suspect what has happened here is that because he had 15 vills in the town center, he didn't want to pop them out, because if you pop out the vills, which you have to do, you have to pop out all of the vills. You can't just pop out one of them to get the king back in, then you're going to be interrupting all that fire that you're doing. And so basically, I think he's just trying to bait it out, thought he had a little bit more speed than what he actually did, and gets caught. Now, the truth is he would have died anyway. He would have died anyway, but Beasty clears up this top position, guarantees himself a little bit more space. That's a feudal age kill. It's a first blood. It's a happy Beasty up in the north of that map. Meanwhile, towards the south, it looks like we've got more aggression beginning to come out here as Lash is turning on the turbo boosters. He runs into a huge amount of spears and horsemen ready to defend. The archers going to try their best to tee off towards those spears, but not yet able to get the one shot off, or at least on that one they weren't. But now the horsemen should be able to easily clean this up together with the spears. I do like the defense here coming through from Recon. Meanwhile, we'll check back in on that south side. How's Marine Lord doing? Oh, he's doing just absolutely fine, guys. Don't worry about him. We're only 13 minutes into this game. He's already going Imperial. Marine Lord doing Marine Lord things. Beasty, by the way, still feudal age. It has clicked up now. So he's going up with the compound of the defender. Looking to play a little bit more defensive this game. Let's check in and see how Lucy is beginning to make waves in this game. Keep in mind, Beasty was aggressive early, and that's going to mean now, because of that, he's a little bit weaker, right? But he didn't lose that many units. He lost spears, he lost his battering ram, I think. I'd have to double check those facts, those figures. But one key thing is he's still got those healer elephants up. So if he can make it to Castle Age, if he can look to maybe get a couple men at arms out, or maybe some spears out to help him on the defense, he should be A-okay. But relics are starting to make their way back to the base of Sass now. He's got one with the second one on the way. Meanwhile, towards that base of Beasty, the age up does get interrupted. This is not good for the Beast in the east. Healer elephants coming through. He's going to have to at least commit to a couple more units out here. And now those vills make their way up towards the top side. Stable going to get thrown down as well. He recognizes the Lancer is going to be instrumental in this game. Now, underneath the town center of Recon, we watch, we wait to see whether or not he's able to hold it. Keep in mind, he's still in the feudal age here. Keep in mind, there's no second TC. We think about those win conditions. Like, how is he possibly going to get himself out of this? He's going to stay alive here. He was just looking to pick fights a bit earlier with his neighbor to the south. Beasty finally hits Castle Age. What's the Vill count for the Beast? He's at 39. Compared to Sass on 41, it looks like he hasn't lost too much. Recon, on the other hand, he's down 15 Vills. It looks like he's continuing to lose units. Cataphract's getting involved over on this west side. We check back in with the Beast and see how he's doing. It looks like he's managing to hold for the moment. Where are the majority of his Vills? He's got Vills down here. Has he got Vills towards the north? Has he got anyone gathering gold? There's nobody gathering gold. 0 gold a minute at the moment. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Recon! I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Recon. I'm glad to see him playing, but I hate to watch him leave under these circumstances. Poor Recon. He's getting the run around right now. Two big players spawning in next to him, and unfortunately, it's not going well for him. Meanwhile, down towards the south, we'll check in and see what the play here is for Faye. She's on 3 TC White Tower over on that east side. Marine Lord goes Imp, Faye goes 3 TC White Tower. So very much looking to focus on that late game. Meanwhile, back down towards that south side. No sign of an age up coming through just yet from Recon. Military units down to 6. He's completely obliterated at this point. I think it feels almost certain the kill is going to be going the way of Lash. Lash still in the feudal age at this stage of the game. Healer elephants now going to try their hand at a defense against those lancers. Beasty managing to get out. We've got a raider elephant that's coming out as well on the defense. Keep in mind, King inside the town center. Ville's going to pop. King's there as well. He's going for a little bit of a run, seeing whether or not he can stretch the legs. But unfortunately, he loses the town center, and with that, he loses his life. He is the second victim of this game. Faye now reaches Imperial Age as well. Dude, Faye is going crazy this game. She's at 86 villages already. She's triple TC Imperial. Was that a yeah, it was a Berkshire. She goes into the Berkshire as well. Super defensive. Beasty loses another healer elephant up towards the north side of the map. Now we've got ourselves another little bit of a gang up. You can see how aggressive these players are. 17 minutes in, and we've had player after player just fall slowly. 2 down so far, including 2 potential favorites, Kiljardi and Recon. Very strong players. And now, these Lancers continue to come through. Beasty's trying his best to hold. He knows how important it is, but we can see Lucifer really committing here. 100% focus on this kill. No second town center. No real thinking about longevity here. Just as long as he takes out Beasty, he knows he'll be okay, at least for the moment. The only thing to note is his nearest neighbor, Sass, has picked a fight with somebody else, and that's giving him all the space that he needs to express this skill. Beasty now in trouble. Beasty in trouble. Lancers up towards the north on the Palisade Gate. Lucifer's recognized. Hey, there's an opportunity here. Let's see whether or not we can make it work. Beasty's got another wall out towards the west. He could look to get a run through here, but there are units on the patrol. Meanwhile, up towards the north, we've got sheep, we've got villagers, we've got ourselves a friendly little elephant. But once again, it looks like the Tughlag Dynasty may draw the short straw. We've seen them throughout the Outback Octagon 4 so far. They've been struggling. They've been struggling to make it past the 20-minute mark. And at the moment, it looks like it could be the same case. Do we see Lucifer potentially move into battering rams? Let's double check and see whether or not... Has he got the blacksmith? He's surely got a blacksmith down somewhere. Am I blind? He's got so much production. Maybe he just doesn't need it. Yeah, he's got a blacksmith at somewhere. He's got a blacksmith somewhere. I'm curious to see whether or not he goes for the battering ram. I feel like you just add in a battering or two just to make sure that you'll be okay. We've got a little bit of a massacre going on over on the west side. I'll say that right now. Lash is struggling to keep it alive, and this is one of those things where it's like Marine Lord immediately recognizes that, hey, you guys are struggling. Let me help you. Let me be of an assistance to you. And what's curious is that Marine Lord has just completely ignored the prospect of even going towards Faye's base, and I think that's probably the wisest decision that you could make, because this is a defensive stronghold. Faye is not going to be going anywhere quickly. Beasty now with the war elephants. Is that going to be enough to turn the tide in this situation? Makes a connection with an archer. The war elephant is amazing, except for the fact that there's a lot of lancers here. I love the way that he just walked in, killed an archer, killed a lancer, and then just died, unfortunately. Beasty manages to find some resources up towards this top side. Keep in mind, you can't actually make a worker elephant. So if you lose that worker elephant, like, where do these vills go? I don't know if there's another worker elephant nearby, but I suspect probably not. Numbers looking very good for Marine Lord now over on this west side. Faye going big with the walls. Very bold of her. And now... Oh, excuse me. We've missed our first king. We've missed our first king kill. And of course, it was the returning champions king that we missed. I'm apologizing. I'm sorry. We hate to see him go, and we especially hate not to watch him go. That's why we didn't watch him, because we don't like seeing him go. Oh, can you believe that? Anyway, we got aggression over on this west side. Apologies. A little bit too focused here on the army of Marine Lord. The king out now. He's going for a bit of a run. Lash seeing if he can get out. Unfortunately, he can't. There's a lot of units nearby. And with that, down go 2. Already at the 21-minute mark, we are left with only 4 players in this game. And a couple of them look a little bit stronger than the others. We'll say that right now. I do like the positioning of Faye here. The fact that she's been 3TC for so long, and the fact that she's looking towards Marine Lord's base is a particularly interesting decision. Cannon emplacements coming out, though. At the moment, it's just infantry that she's got. She may have jumped the shark a little bit here, but she is going to try and commit. A lot of military out for Marine Lord. And he's on the hunt. We've got the king out of water right here. I don't know whether Sass realizes this. His king is standing out in the open now. Marine Lord's going to run in for a snipe. Say it ain't so. Sass, put your king away, sir. This is... what are you doing, Sass? Sass! Not like this! Where was Sass? Did he DC? Did Sass DC? What was going on there? Sass, wake up! It's all a dream, Sass. Meanwhile, to the south, Marine Lord's going to continue to hold, but we've gone from 4 to 3 in the space of just minutes. I don't know exactly what happened there to Sass. Where was his military? I didn't see any of the military on the map either. We're going to have to check in with Sass and make sure everything's okay, because it kind of looked like someone knocked on his door and he just wasn't sitting at the PC. Poor guy left his king out, vulnerable. No one could even fight for it. I'm just having a look at my in-game chat. I'm sure you guys will enjoy looking at my in-game chat as well. We've got a very handsome guest, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the welcome to the casting booth, Beasty Cutie. Great to see you here, my friend. All right, I'll have to get that removed. Give me a second here. I'm gonna have to get over to OBS. Let me go ahead and do that. All right. Thank you, Beast. That's all right. We fixed it up. We fixed it up just in time to watch Marine Lord defend. Now, curiously, Marine Lord's going for a cavalry-only composition here. He does have palace guards that are out, but he can't really control that. So, you know, that's just the consequence of having the Kaganate Palace. You don't get to choose what you're given. But now Lucifer ages up. Now, keep in mind, Lucifer towards the north, only on 69 villages here. Marine Lord's on 67 as well, but Faye, more than double, almost double, both of these players. A huge economic difference here. Unfortunately, she's yet to pick up a kill, whereas Marine Lord's got 2. So it means that the longer this goes, the worse it gets for her. She needs to make sure she's still fighting. She needs to arguably ask for a little bit of assistance from Lucifer here. But keep in mind, Lucy has got that 1 kill. We didn't witness it. We don't like to see the death of him. But unfortunately, he was able to take out Beasty. And because of that, he's got that population advantage. So now on that south side, Faye-chan looking to try and represent America as best she knows. Huge number of infantry units here. About to get the runaround from the cavalry. 55 Keshiks on this south side. She's maxed out, by the way. I think she needs to throw a little bit more production down towards this front side. You can see right now, she is prepping. Spears, though, bracing for the attack. Horse archers on the back, together with the Mangudai now, beginning on this defense. Earl's Guards teeing off as well. And now, holding for dear life. That's a lot of units. That is, how does Marine Lord have so many units? I don't know. It is an impressive amount. I mean, he's got relics. He's got the Kaganate Palace. And now we've got trouble. Faye actually not doing well on this defense. Needs more production. She's got plenty of production. Don't worry about the production. Whether or not those reinforcements make it in time is a different story, because over on the west side, Lucifer now coming in potentially for a snipe here. Keep in mind, he's already got 1 kill in the bank. Is it just the 1 kill? It's just the 1 kill, right? I don't think it's any more than that. Not that we saw it. It's just the 1, I suspect. We'll keep an eye out on him. But now he's going to make his way... Oh, the king. The king. He's in an outpost. He makes his way towards the outpost and then immediately realizes, hey, you know what? It's probably a bit hard to do. Marine Lord fills up the town center with villagers. A dangerous decision here. You've got to be very careful about filling it. I mean, he's intentionally leaving a space of 2 here. Marine Lord now bringing the army back completely, recognizing this threat. King now going to hop in the outpost to the south. Keep an eye on him. It's a bit... We're playing whack-a-mole here. And now the Rus army makes its way down with its poleaxes out. Plenty of units down here for Lucifer, exactly what Faye needs at this stage of the game. She needs to try her best for a king snipe, whether or not she can make it. There's not a lot of health. This is 750 health on here. This is exactly what she needs. She's now coming in from the rear. Dude, why is her army so small? Why does she have 47 units? What's going on that she's only got that few units? I feel like there should be more units than this. She could absolutely come in for the snipe. The king is right here. Go, Faye. Go, Faye. Live your best life, Faye. She spots it. Position your units right there. Marine Lord also sees it. King's going to jump out into the town center. He's okay. He's all right. He wouldn't make an amateur mistake like that. And unfortunately, Faye leaves for the moment. You can see they recognize Marine Lord is absolutely the #1 threat in this game, and rightfully so. I think at this stage, the most important thing for Marine... I don't even know. How do you play this? I'd be thinking about adding in a second town center just so I'm scaling as well, but then it's like, are you just going to die to the 2v1 if you don't? Or if you do, rather? Like, how do you play this from the perspective of Marine Lord? Do you try and go for a snipe? Do you just hold out as long as you can? Do you play politics? Do a little bit of gaslighting? Say, hey, don't look at me, look at Faye. She's been 3 TCs for the last 65 minutes. Is that how you do it? Faye once again. Faye once again. Faye once again. Oh, the king! He popped. Oh, my lord, that king was so close. Oh, she started for a second. There's got to be a part of you that also thinks maybe Marine Lord's baiting her just to try and kill the units as effectively as he can. Marine Lord's that kind of guy. You got to appreciate that. Marine Lord's that kind of guy who is intentionally going to bait the infantry in with the vulnerable king. Please don't attack my king. Just so he can kill a few more units with the cannon emplacements. You know he's been playing Crucible. He's been watching it. He knows exactly what to do in this situation. Nesta B's getting some good shots off. Nice micro coming through as well. Cannon emplacement still firing. We've got the upgrades now for the outpost. A little bit more health. Nothing too crazy. Second town center gets added in on the other side of the map. Lucifer now thinking about his economy. Definitely the right time of the game for it. Cannon still firing off. Faye starting to rally in the horde of House of Lancastrian units. But she's just cleaned up. And it really feels like she can't make a dent in this defense of Marine Lord. It's almost like she's going to have to wait for that 2v1. How does she fight out of this? I mean, from this position, I feel like she's probably got to bring Vils up and drop more production down on the front line, because she's got beautiful production back here, full infantry. Could she maybe switch it up as well? It's kind of hard to justify switching into like hand cannoneers or something with the amount of siege that's on the field. That is a big quick power, by the way. Can we just talk about that for a second? Yeah, he's going to drop the second TC. Definitely the right call. Cannon's defending, doing a good job of defending for the moment. And now, the infantry regroup Earl's Guards together with the spears. Nice little brace attempt, not able to find the connection. And Faye absolutely looking to push Marine Lord here. Numbers looking good. She's got a great economy behind this. A lot of units in queue as well. Marine Lord, he's only 117 population. Keep that in mind. She can absolutely push this to the limits here. Nesta B's getting some good coverage. Some siege would actually help her out right now. If she went for a bombard or two, it could absolutely change the way that this game is going. Meanwhile, towards the north, King walled in for Lucifer. He's going to be safe. And you can see him looming. You can see Lucifer just waiting for that kill. Positioned perfectly. Spotting out a weak and vulnerable Marine Lord. Marine Lord, knock, knock. It's me. Lucifer now makes a connection, takes out the Hui Pow. We've got a couple of Nesta Bs here. Marine Lord's defense is looking incredibly solid, though. I will say that right now. Good luck pushing underneath this. 2 Nesta Bs, 3 cannon emplacements. More outposts now starting to come out. A second town center as well for that king pop if you need it. If you need it, just in case. A little bit of a gap between them, though. Ideally, you'd want that TC just a tad closer. Marine Lord holding on. Everything he can do right now, he's trying. But look at the number of units he's got. The one thing in his favor is the Cagonet Palace. It's giving him those units for free. Numbers still building. 30 crossbow, 30 knights now, 30 lancers rather, for Lucifer in the north. And once again, Faye coming through. Let's see whether or not she's going to be able to take out this siege at the back. You can see the spears doing a bit of a stutter step. And once again, she said, nah, she's not interested. Where's the siege? Faye, we got to get some siege out from you. We need to see just maybe 1, 2 bombards. You get me 2 bombards, I reckon we'd be able to crack it. And now the town center. Number 1 going to go down here. Just a classic little boar kill. 30 minutes, just to get us excited. Earl's Guard's doing work. TC burning, TC burning. This TC's on fire. But the Vils follow. Look at the Vils in hot pursuit right now. We're playing Need for Speed all over again. How we doing, Faye? And we're looking for that siege. No siege just yet. Dude, she's got a base and a half, doesn't she? Look at this. She's got the manners back here as well, just pumping, acting as drop-off points. A couple of idle Vils just waiting to pick up the wheat. Looking to make the beer, the bread. More boars getting taken in the north. Lucifer, notorious for his inability to make farms, continues. I mean, so you should. On a map like this, absolutely. Do not make farms unless you're English, right? Like, there is so much food on this map, you would be crazy not to, and especially if you're Rus. It just makes sense. Separate out at the back here. All the landmarks nice and safe. Have we got any siege just yet? We got Vils moving up. That's a good sign. Anytime that there's Vils moving up, that's a good sign. Now Faye, she's got quite a few more units that are out here. Marine Lord's still yet to crack that 120 population. He's been really struggling, and Faye knows this. This is exactly what she needs to do. And you got to keep this in mind, right? Like, Marine Lord's got the advantage when it comes to the population space, but only if he can use that population space. If he can't use the pop space, it's meaningless. Yeah, he's got some kills. Sure, he's got some points. Whether or not he's going to stay alive is a different matter. Now, once again, Faye still jostling. Maybe looking for a snipe from the south here. A lot of units down here. Does Marine Lord know? He somehow knows. There must have been an outpost. There must have been some sort of vision. And now they're looking to come through from another angle. Faye trying to go for a bit of a squeeze here. Where is the siege? The siege is moving out. King inside the main TC here. 3 Vils also standing by idle. The Earl's Guard's going to get chased away. Only 2 spears here to assist them. And finally, we see the siege workshops. Is she going Trebs? There's a part of me that thinks she's going Trebs here, just because there's 2 siege workshops. Hopefully, she's going into bombards, though. I feel like there's no reason not to go bombards here. She should be able to easily roll over the top of Marine Lord. Look at the amount of units she's got. She's just instantly refilling as well. That's the other thing to note. She's got plenty of units queued up in here. We do need to be cautious, actually. Faye, can you take some of these out of queue, please? Just so you can get these bombards out on the field. Speaking of siege, though, take a look at this. Take a look at this. This gets spotted out as well. Faye sees this coming in and says, okay, all right. I'm aware. I'm watching. By the way, Lucifer maxed in this game. 250 out of 250. He's Imperial Age. All right, we got double Culverin coming out. Faye should be more than capable of taking down this town center. Whether or not she's going to be able to challenge Lucifer is a different question, because he is another beast. He's got that kill. He's got a decent economy behind it. He's got a huge army as well. And he's already pre-built to that 250. It's imperative that she picks up the kill here. Excuse my voice. Apologies. I've only been awake for about an hour and a half at this point, so my voice is still warming up. Take some time for it to come online. It's a bit like it's a bit like that House of Lancaster economy. Culverin now forced back for the moment. King still inside the main TC. Definitely not a lot of outposts here. Treb's gonna slowly work it down. We can see them firing off from the top. Marine Lord 135 population. They've recognized he's too dangerous to be left alive here, because objectively at this point he is the weakest player in this game. But now Culverin's making their way through. He needs to make sure, or rather she needs to make sure that she's got ranged units here, because all of these crossbows are going to one-shot the king the moment he is visible. So in this situation, it's almost like Faye needs to keep the Earl's Guards just ready on standby, and the moment that they pop that king, immediately just eviscerate him with your daggers. It's going to be hard, though, against the crossbows. I will say that right now. These crossbows, notorious... Oh, what is going on right here? You guys can see that, right? I think that's the Trebs. That's the Trebs that like to do that. But a little bit of a surround towards the north. Neftabee's firing off. Plenty of cavalry here on the defense for Marine Lord. He's got an army of 74, but he's outweighed by quite a bit. Lucifer with 120 plus military pop, and now Faye underneath begins teeing off towards those outposts. More units rallied in from that north side. Lucifer still maxed at 250, starting to eat into that bank quite a bit. And we got Earl's Guards in the middle. Look at this. Faye starting to push back Lucy and say, hey, he's mine. Stay away. Stay away from my boyfriend. That is mine. He promised that king for me. And now, the Culverin finally start making a connection with the town center. But look at the amount of units here for Lucifer. Faye's got to do her best to contest, but the army's massive from Lucifer. 124 military pop. She's got so many units in queue. A lot of infantry out. She needs to find this snipe. She's making her way through here. The Earl's Guards trying to find the position. They've just used their dagger throw. Oh, no, not like this, the dagger throw. You can see she's trying to keep the shots on the culverin so she can fire, but it's not going to be found. Lucifer picks up the kill, and Faye now facing an absolute demon of Lucifer. Sacred Site about to be taken any second here as he begins making his way towards it. Vils also there. Marine Lord, our third place finisher for today, goes out. He picked up a number of kills, but you can see Faye, she's going to really struggle here against all of these crossbows. Completely upgraded. Keep going down in the center as well. Single Sacred Site. Keep that in mind. A single Sacred Site here. Lucifer on the defense now. Rather, Lucifer on the offense now. Faye trying her best to hold. She has got a mountain and a half to hold here because this is not just a bigger economy. It is a bigger military by a mile, and Faye just killing all the deer here in particular. Damn these deer in particular. Faye, she's doing Americans proud right now. We're seeing a performance that we haven't seen in a while from the corner. Number of units here. I think it's only a matter of time, though. This is one of those things where it just feels like it's impossible to mount this position. You've got the defense of the keeps. They don't take any population. You've got the economy of a god behind this. A king that's safe. No prospect of sniping neither the king nor the landmark. Safely behind these walls. Faye not in a position to drop a wonder. And even if she was, she'd still be undercut by an absolute country mile here, because Lucifer's on the Sacred Site, and he would continue to be on the Sacred Site throughout this game. At the very least, she's got stone walls established in some parts of the base. That will help her consolidate the defense. But the question is going to be how she looks to maintain an offense against a player with significantly more population in this late game. 300 population max for Lucifer. He's at 259 pop. You can see that when it comes to food, he's only sitting at 1,600 food, despite having 126 vils here. So a little bit of mobility at the moment still going on behind the scenes. I don't think he's yet to transition into farms. You can actually check. No, he's got 25 farms out, so he has decided to make farms at some point here. And I think at this stage, all Lucy needs to do is just what he's doing. Siege workshops, mangonels, make a whole bunch of knights, crossbows, throw down more keeps. How do you challenge that position? Now, he could potentially look for a snipe here, but it doesn't really make sense. I think the best thing he can do is just wait it out. Just wait out the sacred victory. He's got the advantage when it comes to the population. He knows that. The burden here is on Faye. Faye needs to find a way to crack through this defense, smash it open. We've got some crossbows on the south here, trying to make a way through. Not going to happen. Faye also adding in a few more layers of defense. A stone wall coming in on this edge. Culverin now firing off towards the center. Lucifer on 266 population has just put a whole bunch of units in queue as well. How's the production looking? He's got plenty of production here. We saw, even from the early stages of the game, before he was taking out Beasty, just how much production there was. And now, Lucifer with a big charge coming in here. Faye, with her tail between her legs, says, no, I don't want any of it. I don't want any of it. Spears have changed their mind, though. Now making their way forward. The Culverin teeing off on the back. Earl's Guards here as well to assist. But just outnumbered, outgunned. Faye holding on for dear life. And I think Lucifer could start to get aggressive if he wants to. He's got the numbers. You can see he's got that many... Excuse me, he's got that many lancers that they're starting to circle around each other. That's when you know that there's a problem. More production coming up from Faye. Definitely doing the right thing. You can see the amount of infantry she's trickling here. She knows that if she's able to maintain a good number, she should be okay. As long as she can get to attrition. That's the most important thing. As long as Lucifer is below that 300 pop, and he's spending the resources constantly so he can't always refill, then there's a chance. And that's what she's trying to do right now. She's got a lot of resources in the bank, so she needs to reinforce this position as much as she can. I'd be very tempted to get out here. Ideally, I'd like to see hand cannoneers. Hand cannoneers here would make quite a bit of sense. She doesn't... I mean, she's got a decent amount of gold. But now the Earl's Guard from the top rope. Did you see the damage that they did right there? Took out 2 crossbow, but I don't know if it's going to be enough, though. More reinforcements continue to rally through. Faye gonna hold on. Sacred Site timer is ticking. We're at 6 minutes on this bad boy. More spears making their way up. Earl's Guards coagulating on the walls. Look at them throw their daggers off here. That's about the only contribution they can offer without getting absolutely annihilated by the offense that is Lucifer here. Checking in with Lucy. Lucy's still at 300 pop though. That's going to be a problem. Mangonels are starting to come out as well. And it's never easy fighting into Mangonels on a Sacred Site. I can say that from experience. We've also picked up our upgrade as well. So these are not the nicest Mangonels, we'll say that. At least from the perspective of Faye. Crossbow number still very significant here. Easily able to hold for now. And Faye, I mean, she's doing what she always does. And this is just classic Faye. She commits to one unit or one unit type specifically and then just doesn't make anything else. We see this in all the games that she plays. And it's so funny and I love it. It's one of those things. Like the games where she only makes spearmen. We recently covered a game on Cliffside where in a 1v1, the only unit she made was spearmen. That was literally it. She was playing Sengoku Daimyo, and that was that was all she was making. The enemy's literally making full archer, and she's like, nah, I got it, spears. And obviously it didn't work, but you gotta respect the bit. She commits. And have we got a potential attempt here at something a little more sinister? The trouble that you've got is there's no way to take out this king, not reasonably. Especially not with all these stone walls starting to come up around the edges of the map. Already complete here. Lucifer once again, just making sure this unit number stays down. Faye with a lot of resources in the bank. She could delete Vils. That could be an option for her. Sacred Site with 4 minutes left on it. Plenty of archers now on the back getting mixed in here. Just to help deal with these spears that she inevitably will make. She tried the infantry-only strategy. But Lucifer, his composition was just a little bit too good. His competition was also pretty decent. And now the spears have made it through a gap in the stone wall. Vils on the run. Keep in mind, I mean, the trouble that you've got is there's no real way to actually do this. I think maybe if Faye brought more units, if Faye deleted Vils, brought more units and made battering rams, then there's a world where this could actually be done. Is there a way to get through? There's a way to get through as well. You absolutely could do it if you right click there. But you can see she's a little bit struggling. The trouble is, yeah, so she's going to go for the battering rams. I think this is an interesting choice because it's one of those things where if she had the information that we've got, right? Like this wall, Lucifer made a mistake. This mistake right now is that he left the front gate open. He's cancelled it though. He said, no, we don't need it. He reckons he's going to be able to take it. He reckons he's going to be able to defend it without too much of a problem. And Faye's going to get cleaned up. And this was kind of her Hail Mary, right? She was thinking to herself, okay, I'm going to try my best to come through here. She's able to take out the first of the stone walls. Now the question's whether or not she's able to take out the internal one. Because she technically broke through. But she just went the wrong way up here. If she had to turn left at the university instead of turning right at the university. And now the spears are going to get cleaned up here. And surely she knows it's coming to an end at this stage. Battering rams making their way across. Meanwhile, the Sacred Site timer still ticking. 2 minutes and 35 seconds here. Battering ram number 1 goes down. The Vils just clearing it out here. No textiles needed. And Lucy with a huge economy, massive military behind this, able to clean it up. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Faye taps out. Lucifer now victor in game number 1 on day number 2. Well, I mean, technically this is game number 5. Let's just call it that of Outback Octagon 4. Very well played by him. We saw him in the early stages of the game. Well, we didn't see it, but we heard that apparently he killed Beasty in the north of the map. Apologies, we did miss our first king kill of the event. Expect many more to come. And in the end, he was able to climb the mountain that was Marine Lord and eventually capture that Sacred Site and take the game. So well played going over to Lucifer. Congratulations to him. This is his first Outback Octagon victory in quite some time. I'd have to go back and check the scores, but I struggle to remember the last one. Anyway, we'll leave it there and we'll catch you in the next one. Thank you very much for watching this game.